All right. Hello and good morning, everyone. It is finally Friday. It felt like this week would never end. So here we are. We are going to play some Helldivers today. Since some of y'all could not appreciate the beauty of the horse girl game, we're going to be back to Helldiving today. We are super hyped. If you didn't see the announcement, we are super hyped. The new War Bond coming out looks absolutely so cool. We get some sort of epoch cannon. We don't really know what that one does quite yet, but we get arc resistant armor that also brings you back to life once. We get a teleporting backpack, and we get a volley gun that, while we don't have all the details, it can fire in rapid fire, it can fire in single fire, or it can fire 49 bullets at once. So, the hype is there. Bubble's here. Good morning, Bubble. You are first one in here bright and early. Mozzarella Sticks. Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How is it going already? What am I doing? I lost my train of thought. What the heck am I doing here? We're trying to get ready for fighting bugs. We're fighting bugs. That's what we're doing. So, what's the last thing we need to fight the bugs? I feel like we need an eat. That's what we need. That's what I was looking for. But I can't find it. There we go. Okay. Wow. Apparently I still need my coffee. That was a slow wake up this morning. Here we go. What's new this Friday, y'all? I tell you, yesterday it felt like work would never end. Like, I was sitting there staring at the clock, like, it's 5 o'clock. I've still got one more hour. Like, I just never thought it would end. It's your kid's birthday today. That's exciting. Are you going to Chuck E. Cheese? or anything better than Chuck E. Cheese? He's 4. Oh, how the years go by, right? Here soon he's going to be fulfilling his mission, which is to spread waffles to the kindergarten class. So to get the next generation of waffle viewers. What do you get? What do you got against Charles E. Entertainment? Is there supposed to be no audio for the game? No, there's supposed to be audio for the game. Is it not? No audio popping up? We will fix that. The germs. Who was it in here last time who was in here saying that when they were a kid, they went into the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese to pee in the ball pit, and the employees never cleaned it up? They just kind of let the balls dry. That's all I can think of now when we talk about Chuck E. Cheese. That's all I can think about is that guy talking about peeing in the ball pit. All right, let me pull up OBS. Where is my sound for the game? Why is there no sound for the game? Okay, I'll have to fix it in a second. My team is getting overwhelmed here. We will have to look that up in a second. Oh, and behind us too. Okay. Let's see here. I can't see chat anymore either. Well, this is a mess. It's OBS. Tell you every time you stream, it doesn't matter. Every time you stream, inevitably you are going to have some sort of problem. Something's going to break. Something's not going to come back. Something like that. So we will fix the audio when we are not in immediate danger of getting wrecked and bodied. Oh, that dude survived? How did that guy survive? Holy cow. And then his own ally took him out. But the new war bond for this game looks so awesome. I'm so hyped for the next war bond. It's going to be so much fun. I know it's a little early to say for sure, but it might be my new like permanent armor. I might never take it off, to be honest. I'm so excited for it. This next war bond looks like the war bond to end all war bonds for me. Oh, excellent. Okay. I was going to come take this out, but I guess I don't need to. Haven't watched the trailer yet. I'm going to watch it now and come back. Yeah, go watch the trailer. It's going to get you so hyped. It's so good. So good. All right, Turret, do your thing. There are so many bugs. Like, I know the whole game is about kicking out the bugs, but I feel like there's more bugs than usual here. What is going on with all these bugs? Also, for those who were watching the horse racing the other day and are interested in it, we did end up winning the race. So she did not win the finals, but she got through the career. So she was spared the glue factory and now has retired and is being used as a stat stick for the next generation of horse racing. So if you are interested in it, she did get the win. So all right, let's pop that. I feel like there's a lot of chaos going on here. Let's grab something. I haven't watched. Oh, I already read that one. Where's Dex at this morning? Usually by now, Dex has come in to tell me how wrong I am. Where's Dex at this morning? Oh, let's go help our ally out. I see a Bile Titan, and I just so happen to have a weapon to handle said Bile Titan. Problem solved. We solve problems here. I also rented from the library. We got If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, so we can now write the If You Give a Helldiver Liberty book. I just needed a little bit more inspiration, so I actually went to the library and checked out If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. That way I can have the proper inspiration for writing this book. These are some weird looking Pokemon. You know, I would actually really enjoy a Helldivers Pokemon game. Like, I feel like if you just took all the different kinds of Helldivers you could make, I feel like you could probably make a Helldivers Pokemon clone that's pretty good. Do we have anything to deal with that? Where did my eats go? It's called Power World. I thought Power World got sued into oblivion. Is that still a thing? I thought Power World no longer existed. I can't believe I missed that shot. Holy cow. There we go. The armor isn't really your style. I'm torn on the armor. Like the idea of having a limited life is not the great, but so there's some hidden passives on it that they didn't add in yet. So when the armor launches, it gives you 50% arc resistance, which means you can use arc weapons with it, which is awesome. So you get 50% resistance, and on top of that, you get plus 2 seconds to your stems, which is incredible. And then on top of all that, you get an extra life once per life. Like, that armor sounds incredible for what I use my armor for, because I like the extra stem armor, so I feel like I'm never going to take it off. And then the cannon, the volley cannon, looks like an absolute riot to play with. I'm so excited for that. Also, speaking of number one, Dex, did you see they introduced something new? I don't fully understand it, but I got an email about it yesterday. You have like a number one next to your name, so apparently YouTube now has a system for like ranking my viewers based on how much they watch, how much they interact, and how much they donate. So somehow, I don't know exactly how, Dex, you are currently in the #1 position. So you are #1, undoubtedly, according to YouTube. So that's pretty cool, I guess. That's weird. I don't like it. Well, anyone can dethrone you at any time if they watch enough or donate enough or whatever it may be. Mel, good morning. See, Bubble, you could be #1, Bubble, but the problem is that YouTube heard you when you said that Peter was your favorite. YouTube heard that and took it personally. So, once I surpass Peter in y'all's mind as the best, then maybe you'll have a shot at #1. But as long as you hold P-Tony in your heart, I don't think it's going to let you be #1. See now it just popped up that Mel is #2. So do you see how I became favorite over Peter and Mel became #2? Do you see how quickly that worked? I'll never be #1. I'm also #2 GOF contestant. How do you get on the Game of Favorites? Like, I feel like I should at some point apply to be a contestant on Game of Favorites. Like, I feel like I have the rapport with Peter. I feel like I could be on there once or twice. This is it. We are out of stims. That was the end. Not bad. We did half the mission on one life. I'll take it. Get invited by Peter and Yenza after telling them you want to play. You just have to ask. It's that easy. The problem is, the reason why I typically don't do like collabs and work with other groups and stuff like that is typically because my schedule is so messed up. I usually don't have time to join in things like that. So that's typically why I don't ask to collab and do those things, because I understand, like, who wants to stream with me at 4 a.m.? Like, oh, no one. Of course no one wants to stream with me at 4 a.m. So I definitely understand why I am left out. All right, we're in trouble here. So we're gonna fight this guy. Oh, I was gonna fight man on man, but holy cow, it's 3 versus 1. That's not cool. Have you ever played Deltarune? I have not played Deltarune. I did not enjoy what do you call that other game? Undertale. I really didn't enjoy Undertale that much, so I figured that Deltarune was just more of Undertale, so I figured that I probably wouldn't enjoy Deltarune. Though I did look at the other day, someone had mentioned to us that we should be looking at a horror game, an Indonesian horror game, and I looked at that one after stream, and that one is now on the list. We are definitely going to be playing that horror game at some point. Maybe as October's coming up, we got the spooky month coming up. Maybe we will be playing that game, because that one looks pretty darn fun. It's for the memes, not the story. Not really for gameplay, so you understand. I've got a bunch of games on my backlog. There's another game on my backlog. There's a guy who made a game that's for professional photographers, where it's just like a giant, beautiful open world, and you get to go explore locations and take photos, and that sounds right up my alley. So that one's also a game on my list to play. So we've got a huge backlog of games that we need to play. People are asking for Pokemon. They're asking for Roblox. We've got that horror game. So there's still lots for us to do. So at some point, I'm gonna have to stop helldiving and actually, play play some games on my backlog. The problem is Helldiving is just so fun that I never want to stop, you know? This is the game for me. I think this is turning into the game that I've played absolutely the most. The only exception is World of Warcraft, but to World of Warcraft's defense, you know, I've been playing that game on and off for 20 years. So it's had a little bit longer to, I don't know if marinate is the right word, but it's the word I'm going to use, a little bit longer to marinate than Helldivers. But I could see myself still Helldiving in 20 years, honestly. Although I hope by that point they've released Helldivers 3 in like Unreal Engine 7 or whatever we have at that time. Because there's no way they can continue to keep this dead engine alive for another 20 years. I also saw, stop saying marinate. What was it? Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077, apparently on Switch 2, is actually really good. People are saying that it runs really smoothly and actually looks really nice. So I kind of want to rent that one from Gamefly, because like Cyberpunk feels like it is a thick enough game that it would not run very well on the Switch 2, but I really do want to see like what is the Switch 2 truly capable of. And I think running Cyberpunk on it will be like a great test to see how powerful is the Switch actually. Plus, it's been a while since I've played Cyberpunk, so it might be time. I want to do a Ripper run where you get like those cool mantis blade claw things. So I think it might be time for another Cyberpunk run. The one FPS you love the most is Siege. I love how tactical it is, how much utility you have. That Rainbow Six Siege, I liked Rainbow Six Siege. I love the tactical shooters. There's a couple things I don't like, though. They've probably fixed this, but when the game first came out, it was absolutely ruined. Like, all the realism was ruined by if you jammed the look left and look right buttons, you could dodge bullets by going like this constantly. So you'd walk around the game and you're trying to have like this super serious tactical shooter, and everyone's just doing this the entire time, and that killed it for me. That was so stupid. I hated that. And then on top of that, I talked about this one because Rainbow Six also had another game coming out. I think another tactical shooter was on the horizon. Maybe it wasn't Rainbow Six. Maybe it was someone else. But it truly is unfun. Like, if you have bad luck or bad skill, in my case, and you get taken out in the first 10 seconds of a round, and you just have to sit there for like 2 minutes, 5 minutes before you can play again, like, that's not fun, right? Like, it's not fun to be told, okay, you need to sit in timeout for 5 minutes before you get another chance to play. So, like, they need to find some way to fix that so that you have something to do, some way to contribute, some way to play, some way to enjoy while you wait for the next round. Like, that's why I never enjoyed Counter-Strike either. Was like, I was super into Counter-Strike, but I found myself so often like, okay, I'm going to sit here and do nothing for 10 minutes until the next round starts because I got taken out. Like, that's just so not fun. So I'd like to see them come up with some solution to that. Like, there used to be this really big game back in the day where you played as criminals. You go commit crimes to try and earn money, and if you got caught, you would have to go to jail. Like, your character would be sitting in jail for X amount of time, but while you were in jail, you could talk to people, you could play Tetris and other mini games, and you could still like organize your syndicate of crimes. So like, even though your character was in timeout, you could still play the game in some ways. I feel like we need something like that in Rainbow Six. We just need something that gives you a little bit more to do while you're sitting there bored out of your mind. But I do like the idea of Rainbow Six Siege, although my absolute favorite was before Rainbow Six Siege, there was Rainbow Six Ghost. No, was it Ghost? Oh, what was it? There was one that was like a futuristic sort of game. And I played that one online way too much, so that one was really good. I'm gonna look at let's see, Rainbow Six. Maybe it wasn't Rainbow Six. You know, it had to be. Oh, why is it Rainbow Six? Oh, I can't remember, but I love my love for Rainbow Six started when I was like 7 or 8. My dad got Rainbow Six on our PC, and we just played Terrorist Hunt all day long. I loved playing Terrorist Hunt with my dad, so the old Rainbow Six has a good place in my heart. No, I know there's Call of Duty Ghosts, but there was a Rainbow Six, I'm pretty sure, that was like an advanced warfare, modern warfare, something like that. I know Call of Duty has those names too, but I'm pretty sure there was a Rainbow Six. And I can't remember. Can't remember which one. I'll have to go look through my game collection and find it. But I loved that game because you could have a shotgun that fired dragon's breath ammo, and lighting people on fire was my pastime on that game. All right, we got to eradicate some bugs to finish this mission out. So let's finish this one. Also, I'm going to talk about how much I dislike the algorithm today. And I know this is my first time complaining about this, but like, how is it that right now we've got like 2 viewers and only 20 views, and some days when I'm streaming Helldivers, we'll have literally hundreds of people, and then other days when I'm streaming Helldivers, it will be just like 3 people. Like, I don't understand how the algorithm decides today you are blessed and you will have everything you could want, and then other days it's like today you are cursed and you get nothing and you will like having nothing. Like, I don't understand how it makes that decision. Bro, Braun, don't worry, I count as 5 people. I don't mind streaming to no one. I've been doing that for years. Like, that's not the problem. I just don't understand how the algorithm says, I'm going to do this today, or I'm going to do this today. And it's not just YouTube, it's every algorithm, like Reddit. We were talking about on Reddit, I got a post had 1.5 million views, and it was super cool to see my art getting seen by so many people. Like, oh, that warmed my heart. That was so great. And then a follow-up post gets 3 views. Like, how does that work? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's the quality of your content. Well, no, because obviously I can hit millions of views, and I've done that on multiple platforms. So, like, when people see my content, they enjoy it. But for some reason, the algorithm just says, you know what? You get one every 3 months, and that's it. And it's weird how it makes those decisions, you know? I love how you can break walls, reinforce them, put up all sorts of traps and bombs and stuff. I just love tactics and utility. I like the more tactical shooters too. I definitely prefer a tactical shooter to like Call of Duty run and gun, where it's just run around the corners, dive bombing people and trying to do 360 no scopes. I definitely like the more tactical games as compared to that. I didn't pay. I mean, that definitely could be part of it. I don't have YouTube Premium, so maybe they see that and say, maybe if you subscribe to YouTube Premium, we would give you a little bit more views. I also do know part of it, and we've talked about this before, is it's very obvious that like the vast majority of like the audience on YouTube is children, young people, and they're all watching the things that are made for kids, not like actual educational good things, but they're watching the rage bait, clickbait, like there's a sound that's still trending. This sound has been trending for over a year on YouTube, where the audio is like, I bet this video can't get the same number of comments and likes because some 5-year-old's gonna ruin it. and that just gets all the kids have to go and like, no, I'm not going to ruin it. And those get millions of views and likes and comments. It's like, why are millions of people engaging with this? Like, don't you have anything better to do? And the answer is always no. I know the answer is always no, but I always have hope that people would have something better to do than to go through YouTube and comment on things like that. But here we are as a society. As a wise man once said, we live in a society. Also, I saw we were gonna get zapped. I should have dived sooner. I saw it in the last second. Apparently we're getting another heat wave. I was hoping maybe this weekend to go out and get some more bird photos, but apparently there's another heat wave coming through. So everyone out there, stay safe, because I'm sick of heat waves. I'm sick of the whole global warming, the whole everything's getting hotter. Like I swear, as a kid, summers were never like this. Where now it's just every summer is, every summer is heat wave warning and then fire, heat wave warning, fire, heat wave warning, fire. Like, I know that summer's supposed to be hot because it's always been hot, but like, it definitely in the last 5 or 10 years has felt next level different, and I'm so tired of the excessive heat warnings that we constantly get. But I do like the sun, I want to go get some good photos, and good sunlight, of course, is good for photography, but I'm ready for cooler weather already. I'm ready for cooler weather and shorter days, because I do like the night photography, and so like it's impossible for me to do any night photography in the summer because I go to bed at 8 o'clock and the sun is still up. So I feel like I live in one of those areas where the sun never sets, because I go to bed and the sun is up, and when I wake up, around 5:30 a.m., the sun is up. Like, I feel like there's no avoiding it. The sun is always up. We're in the solar maximum starting earlier this year. The sun gets really active like every 11 years, so maybe in 11 years he'll get cool again. Unfortunately, I don't think, based on the way people are, I don't think we're going to see cooling anytime soon, unfortunately. I would like it, but I don't think we're going to achieve that. And I'm actually really proud of Pope Leo gave a small speech about praying for the conversion of climate change deniers, saying that the first step in the solution to it is praying for the conversion of souls. And I thought that was really progressive of the Pope, and a really smart way to go about it. So really proud of him for that. And apparently, I thought this was a joke, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently he signed a Pokemon card. There's a Pokemon called Poplio, and he's Pope Leo. And so someone brought him a Poplio card and asked him to sign it, and he signed it. So there's a signed Poplio Pope Leo card out there, and I love that. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure Poplio is like that seal Pokemon that turns into like, it's a little seal and then it turns into that really ugly like Samuscott thing, right? Like it's got the one horn, and it's a starter Pokemon, isn't it? Like from Gen 4 or 5? Or is that Oshawott? I think, am I getting those two messed up? The new Pope is kind of chill. Pope Leo has been doing an amazing job. He has continued definitely the legacy of Pope Francis in such a good way. He turns into a mermaid seal. Imagine a Pokemon X Pope collab. Oh, excuse me. I don't play Poplio like that, Gen 7 goat. I thought he was a seal, not a goat. I wouldn't mind like Luce. Everyone got up in arms about Luce. I don't have a problem with Luce. But I wouldn't mind more collabs like that as long as the money was going towards the church and helping people and doing good for the world. I would not mind if the Vatican sold merch. Here's the problem though. Historically, as we know from Martin Luther, right? Like historically, when you start involving money and selling things, people can't help themselves, and that usually turns into gross and sinful things. So, I would like if the Vatican sold more merch, but I understand why they don't. Like I've shown it off before. This is my electronic rosary sold by the Vatican under Pope Francis when he wanted to help more people pray the rosary. He literally made a Bluetooth electronic wireless rosary, and I had to import that from Italy because I thought that was the coolest thing ever, but it wasn't super popular, so obviously it didn't get very much, didn't get seen very much. But it's such a cool thing. So like if they did made more Luce merch, if they did a Pokemon Pope collaboration, like as long as it was respectful, tasteful, and it benefited society, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But again, I know that that is too much to ask for sometimes when it comes to asking people to be decent, you know? Poplio turns into a mermaid and Oshawott turns into the samurai thing. Okay. As you can tell, I'm a Pokemon master over here. Clearly. Clearly I know my Pokemon very well. Excuse me. You know, the first piece would be Pikachu in Papal robes. I'm pretty sure I have an image of Pikachu in Papal robes from one of my videos, so that already exists in some capacity. Gotta love the Papal gear. It's weird to see how many people are talking about the papal gear. We talked about this before, but like how people were literally talking about, well, will Pope Francis, Pope Francis did certain things well a certain way. Will Pope Leo continue to do that, or will Pope Leo wear the red shoes and all these? It was so interesting to see how many people were like overly concerned with what is the Pope gonna wear. It's so strange to hear people like talking about like the fashion end of it, like the Pope's fashion is going to determine the next 10 years of his reign, like it's a groundhog on Groundhog's Day, right? Like will the Pope see his shadow? Will the Pope wear his red shoes? And then to make it worse, like gambling has gotten so out of hand. I did not realize how much like people are betting on there were bets on whether or not he was going to wear red shoes or not. And we've reached a point in society where basically you can bet on any and everything, and people truly are just betting on so many things. I saw someone lost like $15,000 the other day because they bet on a basketball game, and the bet was that no one would score on either side for the first 80 seconds of the game. Like, one, who's going to make that bet? Like, that seems like an incredibly stupid bet to make. I'm going to bet on this professional sports team that neither side of the highest level of professionals will make a single basket in 80 seconds. Like, that seems like, I don't watch basketball, so maybe I'm completely wrong on this, but that seems like a really bad bet to make, one. But two, why does that need betting? Why does everything need to be bet on? Can this blow up? I don't know if this can actually blow that up or not. I guess we're gonna learn. I don't think it can. Excuse me. Oh wow, that's a lot of Shriekers nests. That's a lot of Shriekers nests. Holy cow. The Pope gear is the link that unifies the people. I mean, I get it. Like, it's iconic, right? You see that Pope mobile coming down the street. I would get hyped. I hope that Pope Leo visits America. I want to go and visit Pope Leo. Speaking of visiting things, though, I found out I'm so disappointed. Usually Comic-Con is not my jam. Like someday I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but at the same time, like that's too many people and I have too much anxiety. I really don't think I will have a good time at Comic-Con just because of all the people. I just don't see myself enjoying it. But I found out that Paramount Plus is going to be at Comic-Con, and they have a Star Trek experience for the new season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds and the brand new Star Trek show they're doing, which is going to be Star Trek Academy. And they used to have, way back in the day in Vegas, there was a Star Trek experience where you could go in and you got to be on the bridge of the Next Generation, and it was like fully functional, and it was a really cool experience. And they took that down and decommissioned it to never be seen again. So they're reconstructing it for the new Star Trek, and I really want to see that. And they're running it at San Diego Comic-Con, which is in, what, like 2 weeks? So there's no way I could afford to go to Comic-Con now, and no way, like, last minute, like, getting a hotel, getting booked for Comic-Con, like, right now seems like it would probably be a pretty impossible task. So, unfortunately, I'm going to miss out on that. But I really want to see the Star Trek stuff, because I love Strange New Worlds. I know Star Trek fans are always fighting about what the best Star Trek was, and I don't think you're ever going to convince someone to change their mind on it. But honestly, like, I love TNG. The Next Generation was really good, but I think Strange New Worlds might be the best Star Trek. Like, Strange New Worlds has everything we love about Star Trek, everything that makes Star Trek great. Strange New Worlds has done so amazingly. So, share a hotel with a random nerd. I mean, that is how you make the Comic-Con work, is you share the hotels, but also, like, I want to share a hotel with someone who bathes, and that seems like a 50-50 chance. Like, we're talking about betting, like, take bets on that. Will my random hotel mate, if I go to Comic-Con, bathe? I'll stick with the Strange Old Worlds. I want a Pope Ninja game, give him a cool suit, have him do Pope stuff during the day, but he fights crime at night. I mean, Pope Francis, God rest his soul, was known for, he would sneak out of the Vatican. He's like, the Pope is under constant watch, right? You've got the Swiss Guard who protects him. You've got all the Pope's Secret Service, basically, right? So the Pope is well protected. But Pope Francis was noted for sneaking away from his bodyguards in the middle of the night and just going out into the streets of Italy to preach to the homeless and to provide aid and do his duty to help people see God. Like, that's pretty cool. So the premise kind of already exists. Pope Francis was already doing that in a capacity, which was really cool of him. I wish I had been Catholic sooner so that, like, I could talk about, like, Pope John Paul II, because people really love Pope John Paul II too. I wasn't Catholic then, so I didn't pay enough attention. So I can't say much about Pope John Paul II, but Pope Francis has been my favorite pope. But, he was my pope. He was my first pope, right? So it's like Final Fantasy. Your first Final Fantasy is your favorite. I guess your first pope is your favorite. So... All right, we're in trouble. We are out of stims. We are dead. We're dead in the water here. Yeah. Have an entourage of Swiss guards, a magic power that allows them to unleash angels to fight for you. What were you before you turned Catholic? So before I was Catholic, I went through this phase where I wanted to explore everything. My thought was that there must be a correct religion out there, and the only way I can know what is correct is if I experience it all. So I wanted to try every religion I could to find out which one was correct. So I tried Protestantism, I tried Buddhism, I tried learning about paganism, I tried esotericism, and I landed on, for a while, I was a Satanist for quite a while. I was deep into the Satanism, both both theistic and atheistic Satanism. I tried both before finally coming to Catholicism and finding the truth. So I wanted to... I mean, the logic made sense to me, right? That, okay, if you're going to say something is true, then you have to experience everything in order to know what's true, because otherwise how could you know what's true or not if you haven't tried it? So we tried everything, and we found Catholicism as a part of trying everything. My sister did that and still chose wrong. I don't take it as chose wrong. I take it as you're still in the process of discovery, right? Like the road home, the road to Rome, the road to God is a long and hard path for some people. I think a lot of people get lost along the way, obviously, but for some people it's a 1-year process. For some people it's a lifetime process, right? So it's not necessarily she chose wrong. It's just she's still finding the path home, right? It can take quite a while to get the message, right? It took a near-death experience for me to get on track. So why would I expect anything less for anyone else to have to go through that in order to experience what I experienced and get to where I'm at? And I honestly, I don't regret it. Like, I regret some of the cringy, stupid things I did as a Satanist. Like, I think we can all look back on ourselves as kids and say, wow, that was real cringe. Why did you do that? But also, like, having that experience allows me to connect to a lot of people and have those conversations with people who are currently into paganism or shamanism or Satanism or any of those sort of things, and have those conversations in a real, like, I was there. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're talking about because I was in the trenches. And I feel like a lot of Satanists are super pushed away because all you hear is people like, oh, you're a Satanist, you're evil, it's all evilness, you're full of evil and bad, and they don't understand what Satanism is at its core. And so they don't have those actual good conversations that are fruitful and helping people to come to God, because they're just being judged as, oh, you were this evil, wicked person who did these evil, wicked things, and I don't want to associate with you because you're probably filled full of demons. And it doesn't help anyone, you know? It's not helpful. Where is... We're getting swarmed by okay, it's over there. I see the predator nest over there, so... Polly Blank's here. Hello, Polly. Nice. Okay, that's taken care of. Judaism is actually really interesting because, for as far as I learned when I was looking into Judaism, because again, I was trying to learn every religion and get into everything, that a lot of Judaism won't actually have you convert. They basically say you don't need to convert to Judaism. So it's actually harder to convert to Judaism, from my understanding, because they are of the belief that you don't need to necessarily convert, which makes it really interesting that it's one of the few religions out there that will actively discourage you from converting. If my understanding is correct. I didn't get super deep into Judaism, so, my understanding could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that there are at least a few sects of Judaism, at least, that will actively discourage you from converting, which I think is really interesting, really neat. But then there's also the whole, like, I know Judaism also suffers from this. Catholicism suffers from a lot, where it's like, it's also a cultural thing. So, like, Catholicism has a huge problem with people who practice Catholicism as a culture and not actually, like, as a religion. And same thing with the idea behind, like, there's a lot of folk Catholicism where certain places tend to have, like, a lot of superstition attached to it. And that's where you get, like, I think it's like Santeria and San Muerte and a lot of those other, the Saint Death and those sort of things that come into this, like, kind of folksy sort of thing, where it's not necessarily the actual Catholicism, but it's like a combination of culture and beliefs that go in and change it. And like one of the things that drives me absolutely bonkers is the Catholics who there's this statue that went around. I think I want to say it's St. Jude, but it might be St. Anthony. And there was this belief that if you buy a statue of this saint when you're trying to sell your house and you bury it in front of your house, then your house will sell quickly. And like trying to convince people like that is not a godly or good practice. That's basically witchcraft is what you're describing. What you're describing is you take a statue, you are casting a spell and an intention and trying to change the outcome of the world through it. That is not Catholicism. That's witchcraft. Same thing with like, there was this lady who said that she had read online that if you take grape juice and spread grape juice around your yard, it will keep demons out. And so every month she would walk around her yard and say the special magic words and water her lawn with grape juice to keep the demons out. It's like, ma'am, that's not Christianity. That's Christian witchcraft is what you're trying to do there. So it's amazing how quickly it gets muddied waters on that. The word must be bird poop. It is amazing how big the poop emoji has gotten. Like, if you would have told me years ago that people would actively use and enjoy the poop emoji, I would never have believed you. And yet here we are as a society enjoying the poop emoji. My mom is the same way with Ouija boards. Excuse me. I have personally used Ouija boards. I have personally been really deep into that side of things. And I say with confidence that I don't believe anything or any of the stories you hear about the Ouija boards. It's a piece of cardboard. I understand why it is wrong. I understand how the idea of trying to divine things can be offensive to God. I understand why we should avoid them. But I don't think that the same company that makes My Little Pony is accidentally producing a portal to the underworld, right? Like, I think it's a lot of superstition. It's a piece of cardboard. And it's also one of those things that makes no sense to me in just trying to understand the logic of it. And maybe I'm wrong in trying to apply logic to it, but so you're saying demons are these powerful creatures that prowl about the world trying to ruin souls and tempt you and move you away from God. I don't disagree with that. But if demons are so powerful as you believe them to be, why do they need a piece of cardboard? Right? Like, if the demon's going to do these things, why does it need a piece of cardboard in order to activate? You know, it just, that doesn't make logical sense to me. And the way that I have shaped my view around demons, C.S. Lewis wrote an absolutely amazing book. It is fictional. It is a fictional story, but it has always made the most sense to me is read the Screw Tape Letters. The Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis is an absolutely brilliant and wonderful fictional story about a demon named Screw Tape, and he's writing his uncle to ask, how do I get these people to fall away from Christianity? How do I do my job as a demon? And it goes through the process of this demon learning how to be a demon, how to best cause people to fall away, how to best cause this pain and suffering in the world. And it's such a good insight, I think, into understanding how the subtlety and trickery works, as opposed to touching a piece of cardboard and a portal opens up and, a gargoyle flies through and snatches you up and takes you to hell. So if you're ever interested in that, C.S. Lewis, the screw tape letters, I think is the best I've ever seen in that realm. And there's really interesting passages where he talks about like, oh, well, the person I'm supposed to be demonically influencing is going to church, all is lost. And he talks about, no, like, it is a good thing. Have him go to church, have him fall in love, for these comforts can eventually be twisted. So let him go, let him revel in this found love for God. For when it starts to fade, that's where you can attack. When someone has it too good for too long, then you can have an opportunity. And to me, that really shows the idea of like the treachery and the sneakiness, as opposed to just the outright like paranormal activity, the claws slashing at your back and all of that sort of thing. It's just Big Toy trying to get you to buy stuff. Yeah. You can buy a themed Ouija board for anything, right? You can get I'm pretty sure you can find a My Little Pony one, because again, Hasbro is the one who owns a bunch of them right now. So you can probably get a Magic the Gathering themed one, a My Little Pony one, Dungeons and Dragons themed one. I really like making end of the world poems. I don't know what the appeal is. I just like doing it. I mean, I think the idea of apocalypse, the end of the world, the end of society, that's a very popular thing among a lot of people, right? You got like Fallout, for example, the idea of like, I can understand why people would look at society and be like, I don't want to be a part of that. I wish that we had something different. And that's where like the apocalypse idea comes from. I think for a lot of people is the idea that I want all of this, the working a 9-to-5 job and having to care for a lawn, to go away and be replaced with a better system. I can definitely understand why people want that particularly. Let's change it up a little bit. We're going to grab the spray and pray shotgun and level it up a little bit. Let's do emergency evacuation. We got time for one more mission. Paranormal Activity was meh. Yeah, I didn't get the hype for Paranormal Activity. What I would really like, honestly, I'm sad I missed out on it, was I was too young and dumb to appreciate the Blair Witch Project. There were so many things I've heard about the Blair Witch Project and like the guerrilla marketing around it and how it came to be and all the things that went into making the Blair Witch Project what it is. I wish I could have been there for the original advertising for Blair Witch Project and the cultural experience of like, was this real? Like, was this actually really found footage? Was this a hoax? Is it a prank? Is it real? I would have really loved to have been a part of that cultural phenomenon, and I missed out on that. Thoughts on Ready or Not? I absolutely love Ready or Not. It is a great game. I don't like that they're censoring it. There's actually a video I made a while ago talking about it when I was playing it a lot. Was there's a level of the Ready or Not is a game where you play a SWAT team. You're going into locations as a SWAT team. It's hyper realistic, like Rainbow Six. You're supposed to go in. You're supposed to follow the rules of engagement. You're supposed to do everything right as a SWAT officer. And so one of the levels was you go into a nightclub after a mass shooting. And that, of course, has happened in real life multiple times. And so the question was, should we censor that? Like, it is very real, and it is very upsetting to a lot of people who've lived through that experience that are lost people to it. So should it be censored for it? And I think the answer is no, it should not be censored. But I heard that when it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation, that they are going to end up censoring the game. And that's a bummer to see that this brilliant piece of media that asks and does hard questions is going to be censored because reasons. I don't know exactly their reason for censoring it. I'm guessing to make it more palatable for consoles and all that, but it's a bummer. It's a bummer to see any art censored, right? We talk about if video games are art, and they are, then it should not be censored in any capacity, because art should never be censored, right? Like we don't want to live in a society that censors any form of art. So it's a huge bummer to see it getting censored. But I love Ready or Not. In fact, I want to play a little bit more of it. I know that they've been adding to it since I last played it, so I think it'd be really cool to get to experience the parts of it that I haven't gotten to experience yet. We're in some serious trouble here. There's a lot of enemies. We're having some problems. I wish I had allies. I should have waited. I guess you don't consider Rule 34 art then. That is a tough topic. I will try and do the topic justice. I, of course, as a Catholic, believe that pornography is one of the great evils and sins of our generation and time. That the love of pornography, the addiction to pornography, has caused many, many, many problems that we have in our society, and it will continue to cause problems until we address the root of it. There can be nudity in art. We've had plenty of nudity in art. The Greeks and Roman art, of course, was famous for it. And then there's a whole, quick tangent. So a lot of like the Roman statues you see that don't have like the full anatomy was because a bunch of people went around and knocked the anatomy off of those statues. And there's actually a project where they go around finding the missing male pieces and try and return them to the original statues because people were trying to censor the art. And again, we should not be censoring art. So I don't have a problem with nudity in art. It can't exist. The human body has nudity. The human experience is nude. That is how people were. That is how people were created. That's how God intended us to be. So I don't have an issue with that. But when it's made for the specific purpose of pornography, that is when it becomes a problem. So yes, I don't want that to exist, but I don't want to live in a society where people are told you can't do that, because that's not how you solve a problem, right? You can't just say, we're going to solve the pornography problem by saying it's banned. That doesn't actually solve anything. We need real education on how it's harmful to society. We need to change society as a whole in order to fix the problem. I'd much rather see people fix the problem through education, through money, through time and effort, rather than just outright banning it and censoring it, right? Like that doesn't work. We see legislation already happening where they're saying, okay, well, we're just going to put age verification on this, or you're not allowed to access this, and people still find a way, right? People don't like to be told no. So if you tell them, no, you can't do this, all it's going to do is cause people to access it or do it in unsafe ways. That's not the solution. So while it is a problem, I don't think censorship is the right way to go about fixing said problem. Imagine digging up your lawn and finding a giant marble. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, right? Like, the people lobbed them off and threw them in a landfill, and now it's everywhere, and we're having to go back and fix the art. Same thing with, like, the idea we have of, like, the big, white, stoic Roman statues is completely wrong. Like, modern science has told us that those weren't just solid white marble. Originally, they had them in color. Like, they were fully rendered pieces of art with coloring and depth to them, and that coloring has just basically washed off over the course of years. So the idea we have of these censored white stoic marble statues is completely wrong. They were colorful and beautiful and fully representative of the human experience, and other people came along and censored them. And so it's fascinating how that seems to be a trope we have in our lexicon. Like, they're like, oh yeah, of course, Roman statues were these beautiful white No, that's not how they were at all. So it's really fascinating to learn the history of that. Someday I want to go to Rome and see the art of Rome. So as you can tell, that is something I enjoy. That is a topic I could talk on for a while. I wouldn't mind having an art degree if it wasn't mostly seen as useless, but I'm pretty sure I would never actually use an art degree. So what's the point of getting an art degree if I'm not going to use it, you know? Have you listened to Epic the Musical? I can't say I have. I'm not familiar, no. You know, it's a good musical though. Repo the Genetic Opera. That is a good one. I highly recommend that one. Excuse me. I don't use my degree. I think that is a completely normal experience for most people. I think most people find themselves not using their degree and wishing that they did use their degree. Because I feel like I don't use my degree half the time either. Granted, mine's an online degree that you get by sending in post office box tops through the post office. So not exactly the most prestigious degree, but there are many like it. But this one is mine. Is my degree. It's like we talked about. I want to get a master's degree in theology. Also, someday I would really like to have a degree to back up my theology and my writing and everything else. But I also don't want to spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to get a piece of paper to say that I know what I'm talking about, you know? It's a series of songs that tell the story of the Greek character Odysseus on his journey home, fighting from the Mediterranean countries. So it's literally Epic the Poem turned into a musical. That's pretty cool. I would like to see that. The other musical I want to see is Book of Mormon. I've heard that the Book of Mormon musical is an absolute riot. Someday I will have to experience the Book of Mormon. Oh, good. That guy's on it. That guy is on it. We did see the Lion King on Broadway. I was surprised how blown away I was by the Lion King on Broadway. Like, I thought that I was not going to enjoy it, but like the costume design, the wholeness of it, they did such a good job with the Lion King on Broadway. So I would not mind seeing more Broadway shows. I guess at some point I have to see Hamilton. I know for a while everyone was talking about Hamilton. So I guess at some point I should see what the heck people are talking about with Hamilton, but Lion King is a must. Oh, that guy got me. Excuse me. Yeah, see, everyone's told me that Hamilton is good. I've just never actually seen it. Someday. It's on the list. Right now, I got HBO Max so that I can watch the end of Metalocalypse. All right, Mozzarella, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. We'll be streaming again on Monday. I got HBO so that I could watch Primal, which is from the creator of Samurai Jack. Really love Samurai Jack, so I imagine Primal's going to be really awesome. So we want to watch Samurai Jack. We want to watch Primal. We want to watch the Metalocalypse movie. The Venture Brothers has their final movie that came out. I think the Venture Brothers, in my opinion, is super underrated. I see no one talk about the Venture Brothers anymore, but I think Venture Brothers is one of the most brilliant, like, adult cartoon parodies of Johnny Quest and the whole era of superheroes and like Adventure Boys and all that. Like, more people need to know about the Venture Brothers. That was such a good show. So I want to see the movie that ends that series, but Metalocalypse right now, that's the one I really want. I love Metalocalypse. Brandon Small is an absolute genius. And I know we've talked about before, like Home Movies. I think Home Movies was an underrated gem that most people didn't give a try because the art style is, what's the polite way to say hideous? Like, no joke, the art style for Home Movies is absolutely ugly. I don't think anyone would contest that, but it's still, at its heart, it's a good show. I'm pretty sure he also had a hand in creating the Brack show, which was absolutely stupid, but also kind of good. Like, kind of good. It's been a while since I watched it, but I remember it being kind of good. Maybe I need to go back and watch that one too. So, Brandon Small has created some great stuff. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is another one of those I think a lot of people missed out on because the art style was ugly, but it grew on me. There's some stupid episodes and there's some bad episodes. Like, don't get me wrong, not every episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a banger, but some of it. Some of it. Does anyone know what Tiny Chef is all about? I do not. I saw people talking about it, but I have no idea. It's like a little felt animation, right? Like it's a felt stop motion experience, I think. But I don't know. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually watched it or know anything about it. Excuse me. And that is why I need shock-resistant armor, because I am shocking myself with this weapon constantly. Oh, hello there. From behind. Okay, we need ammo, so let's run and grab this, and then we're gonna jump jet. Yeah, okay, that worked. I'm surprised that worked. I thought that would just blow me up, but apparently it worked. But I also heard people talk about like saving Tiny Chef, so I don't know if it got like taken off the air or if it found a new home or what. But a lot of people have been talking about it. I guess I need to find out. Like, big shock that Waffles is behind on the pop culture and doesn't know what's going on in pop culture. But I also saw Justin Bieber in the news again on Reddit. I'm wondering, is Justin Bieber releasing a new album? Because it's been a while since we've had a Justin Bieber album. And I'd be shocked if we were getting another one, considering how much hate the dude has gotten, which is just unfair to him, right? Like, I get that it's like Nickelback. We talked to this before too, right? Like, I understand that it's a meme to hate certain things, but like, it's so unfair to some people. Nickelback doesn't deserve the hate. I don't think Justin Bieber ever deserved the hate. And it's just so weird how the internet latches onto it, where it's like, no, it's cool to hate this guy, so we're just gonna randomly hate him because other people told me to. Like, it's so weird how often that happens. He put out a song? Okay, so maybe it was a song I saw on the news. Is he putting out an album today? Maybe. I feel like they nerfed this gun. I feel like it is not nearly as good. The shock grenade launcher is not doing as well as it once did. It's speculated that he's going to be putting out an album today. Good for him. He didn't let the haters get him down. He popped up under new on Spotify. Like, it's not like I'm going to go see Justin Bieber in concert. Like, I'm not that big of a Justin Bieber fan, but I'm also less a fan of just randomly hating things because the internet told you to, right? So, like, I don't have any plans to listen to the Bieber album, but good for him. Good for him. The same thing with ICP. I feel like ICP is unfairly hated because it became a meme to hate them. Like, I think if more people gave their stuff a try, they would realize that Violent J and Shag's 2 Dope are some of the greatest rappers we've ever had. Like, I get that Eminem is technically talented, but I kind of feel like he's overrated. Like, give me ICP any day of the week. I think they are better rappers than Eminem any day of the week. ICP is hated because they suck. Not all their stuff is great. I'll agree with that. Not all their stuff is great, but like, you can't tell me that Eminem hasn't put out a bad album either, because like Recovery, for example. So, like, yeah, they have some bad songs, but not all theirs. They got some good stuff in there. I can't believe we passed this mission. We were losing so bad, but we did it. We managed. I'm trying to think of any other rappers, but honestly, I probably couldn't. I don't think I could name. I don't think I could name 5 rap artists, to be honest. So maybe I'm just out of my depth in this conversation. He does have great wordplay. I definitely don't. I don't disagree with that. But also, like, I don't know. I think that he gets way too much hype. He's got some good songs. I'm just saying, again, when I say overrated, I don't mean that he's bad. Obviously, I don't think anyone can make the argument that Eminem is bad. I just think that people put him on this pedestal as the greatest ever, and I don't know that he deserves the title of greatest ever, right? Like, I think that's the conversation we can have, is greatest ever might be an overrating, but he's not bad. Like, Mockingbird, he makes the song Mockingbird. I like that one. That's a pretty good song. Skittles is better. Speaking of M&M's and Skittles, I found out yesterday Quest, which is a protein company that makes protein candy, which is zero sugar, high protein candy, so that you can enjoy the taste of candy without all the guilt that comes with it. They're making protein M&Ms now. And I kind of dig that idea. I want to try the protein-packed M&Ms. Okay, we're gonna need to run. We need to get a better angle on this guy, I feel like. So let's reload and prepare. Yeah, they make a Reese's peanut butter cup clone that's actually pretty good. Like, the consistency isn't quite right, but overall, like, as far as a Reese's peanut butter experience without the sugar, I dig it. I wish people would stop putting protein in everything. I definitely think that we have gone overboard as a society with the protein. I definitely don't think we need protein coffee and protein water and protein Pop-Tarts and protein everything. It's like caffeine. Like, we put caffeine in everything. I don't think we need all that, but I do appreciate being able to eat a Reese's peanut butter cup that is 100 calories and zero sugar that tastes close enough to the real thing that I can enjoy it without all the sugar and other stuff, you know? So I appreciate that, but I do agree that we've gone overboard with too much protein and too much caffeine in our society. We have too much of both. We could definitely do with cutting down. Like, Panera Bread is in the news. Panera just finally settled all of its lawsuits around its supercharged lemonade that was allegedly killing people because it had 400 milligrams of caffeine in one lemonade. That's one of those things. Like, did we need a lemonade that has 400 grams of caffeine in it? I don't think so. I don't think we needed that much caffeine in our lemonade. So we need to chill as a society. I'm diabetic and I still want the sugar. It's one of those things. I've seen quite a lot of diabetics who still enjoy their sugar, and I'm not going to tell them how to live their life, but I live in fear of the diabetes, so I try and limit the sugar and all that, and it definitely helps with limiting sugar and all of that. So I appreciate the ability to limit the sugar. There's also, speaking of sugar-free, this holiday season, the Coffee Mate Coffee Creamer people are putting out a new limited edition Harry Potter flavored coffee cream that is going to be peppermint chocolate toad flavored coffee creamer. And peppermint chocolate coffee creamer is my jam. Whenever there's a peppermint mocha every year, limited time, like, I stock up on that. I'm more of a fan of drinking just black coffee, but the peppermint coffee is the most brilliant. If you're going to drink a coffee, put peppermint in it. It's so good. So I'm very excited for the Harry Potter flavored coffee. I don't want my coffee to taste like Harry Potter. That's another one. We were talking about, like, people in the Catholic community and, like, folk Catholicism and their worries about demons. Another one that a lot of people bring up is they get super worried about Harry Potter because in an interview, J.K. Rowling stated that she used a real spell in Harry Potter, that Avada Kedavra or whatever that spell is was based on a ancient Aramaic spell that she had found. And so a lot of people are worried that when they read Harry Potter, by reading that word, they were casting ancient Aramaic magic. And I don't believe a word that J.K. Rowling says. Like, I don't think she's that great of an author, and she has made herself out to not be a very great human being in some ways. So, like, one, I don't trust her, but two, like, almost every single spell in Harry Potter is either Aramaic or Latin, and it's just words, right? It's just Latin words for whatever it is. Like, it's not a real spell. You don't need to live in fear of casting demons with Harry Potter. It's shocking to me how often that belief still comes up, that people live in fear of reading a word in Harry Potter in fear that they're somehow going to cast a real spell. I do not understand the fear around that one. The Satanic Panic did so much damage to people's understanding of Christianity and Satanism and everything else. Like, I wish we could go back in time and undo the Satanic Panic, because the damage has been immeasurable. I could not imagine living in fear of Harry Potter. You go away already? Thank you. Holy cow, that dude did not want to be destroyed. Everything gets it nowadays. I mean, it's true. It's not just the Satanic Panic's fault. Every day on Reddit now, you get millions of people on the Christian subreddits asking, is AI evil? Is AI actually a demon? I've seen so many people accuse that artificial intelligence is actually like it's like literally a demon sitting in hell, sipping his coffee cup, writing it out, that it's not actually a language model. The AI is actually like a physical demon on a laptop waiting for you to put in questions so that it can taint your mind and twist your outlook of the world. Like, dude, it's a fancy autocorrect. Like, demons have nothing to do with this conversation. Like, but what about that it doesn't say Jesus is God? Like, that's clearly demonic. Like, no, it's trained off of certain data. Like, the fact that we live in the time that we do and people still blame demons for everything is just flabbergasting. That we have science, we have technology, we have the ability to understand our world, and you're choosing to intentionally not understand our world. That's so frustrating. I want you to know we lost 4 viewers while I was ripping on Harry Potter. So apparently that's the unpopular opinion of the day, ripping on Harry Potter. Look at Grok. Oh, man. Grok has problems. Yeah, 100%. But that's not a failure of Grok as itself. That's a failure of its creator, I think, reflected in Grok. That's a symptom of a different problem. All right. I got to stand up and do some chores. So I think this is where we're going to end it for the day. As soon as it lets me get to all these mandatory videos. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. GG. All right, so since we're going to move towards ending the stream, as always, let's go on to our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today, we're going to continue to pray for all the people who are victims of war, all the people who are engaged in war, all the people who are suffering from war. Lord, bring about an end to all the wars of the world. We continue to pray for people to join the priesthood, people who are searching for their vocation, people who maybe don't have a direction in their life. Lord, help to guide them. We pray for the people who don't have enough food, who don't have enough water, who don't have enough medicine, whatever they are lacking, Lord, help them. We pray for the intentions of our Holy Father, the Pope, Pope Leo. Help to bring about his command on earth as he does your will on earth. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who've been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Friday, so everyone go out there and have a very, very good Friday. We are going to make it to the weekend. I will see you again on Monday. I'm hopefully going to be putting out a video this weekend, so do look forward to some more waffle videos this weekend. Thank you as always for joining me, and we will see you on Monday.